Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone's Monday was good. Experimenting with some new music, so I wanted to see if that would be nice for like a nice ambiance. I'm also debating on whether or not I should keep on the music in the background, but like low. We'll see. Anyway, welcome back. We are here with more Fate Stay Night remastered visual novel that we're going to go through. Last time we left off, we just got through the introduction of the school dilemma that's usually in most of the parts except for Heaven's Field, as far as I'm aware. So we got to that, and then we got to the confrontation of Shinji, and Shinji actually shocked me, was actually calm, composed, and like, hey, listen, man, I don't want to be here. I literally can't do much. But what I can do is buy time and team up. Just saying. Just saying. Of course, Shiro, nah, that's not how I work. And I'm already working with Tosca, so. Which I don't blame him. Shinji's still an asshole, even though somehow he also considers him a good guy and a friend, which I'm like, okay. But somehow, some way, if the other routes have showed me anything, Shinji is just going to screw this up somehow, some way. So I'm just bracing for it. Somehow, like, it's going to be Shinji who does something stupid and, like, cataclysms everything together like that. It's like, oh, God. Great job, Shinji. But outside of that, I'm pretty sure, again, we should be on the Fate route. We have been going through it, and I haven't seen anything that looks too familiar to Unlimited Blade Work and Heaven's Field, which is good. Very good. So I'm doing my save scumming thing. I don't care what anyone says. Save scumming is the way to be right now to get my Fate route, and that's all right. That is all righty. But outside of that, yeah. We will be doing more streams this week. We have a lot planned. We got Yakuza tomorrow, so stay tuned to that. If you're a big Yakuza, I know there are a couple here. We have JoJo's for Thursday, more JoJo's. One Piece is back. Look forward to that. And we'll be doing our first watch along for our sub goal meeting. Or sub goal reaching. Excuse me. Very excited to do that Saturday night. That'll be great. Come and hang out with us. We're gonna watch a movie. It's gonna be dumb, but it's gonna be fun. And I promise I'm not gonna pause. Just for my sake, your sakes, and also just for the actual transition of it. But yeah, we'll be doing that Saturday, and then Sunday, as you can see, we got Ichi the Witch. Now, I will say, going forward, for the following week, we will definitely be doing streams for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday, but Thursday and Friday for sure, I will probably not be able to get to streaming. So we're going to have to push back maybe some JoJo's for after this week for like 2 weeks. One Piece I might try and get to for that week if it's not on break. If it is coming out next week, I'll probably try and get to it on Saturday. And maybe some gaming stuff on Saturday, but we'll see. Just letting everyone know now. Due to some circumstances, IRL, gotta go take care of that for Thursday and Friday. So there will be no streams whatsoever for that Thursday and Friday. But, of course, on the channel, I will post a reminder to let everyone know. But, alright. Got that out of the way. I think I'm going to turn off the background. Let's get into the game. Let's go. Alright. So, now that we've gotten through the Shinji stuff, I imagine we're going to either fight him soon or Ilya? Because I'm trying to imagine what, like, outside of more saber-oriented, the actual Fate route, what is going to be the big cataclysmic event that we have to fight at or during? Because Unlimited goes in lockstep with, confronting Archer about ourselves, and then Gilgamesh later on. And then Heaven's Field devolves into Sakura just losing her fucking mind and all that shit, so we had to go deal with that. So then is the Fate route going to be more Elia oriented and Berserker? That'd be kind of cool. Give them a little bit more credit. That'd be nice. That'd be swell, but most likely Gilgamesh. Outside of Heaven's Feel, I feel like Gilgamesh has to have some big role. So, curious. Very curious. Now, we do have to talk to our boy, our bros, / maybe jealous man who wants Shinji's attention. Not Shinji, Shiro's attention. What's a guy who cut after classroom doing out here? Right, we did do that. Yeah, we did, to go talk to Shinji. All right. Speak of the devil. I run into Ryodo Temple's heir, Issei Ryodo, on the road. Oh, here we go. There's the background music. I was like, where's the background music? No, just curious. You usually are either at the temple or working, my man. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know about that. Just less students would be going to school, so maybe they would just up the price or something, or nothing. It doesn't become a public school anymore. Oh yeah, they did say Shinji. Shut the fuck up. Shinji did say, revealed it here early on that Castor is at the temple. So now he knows, like, oh, Ryodo Temple, my boy, what's going on there? Could he be a villainous master that he has to worry about? That actually would be kind of cool in this part if Issei actually would be a master. I highly doubt it, though. It's going to probably be the teacher. So, yeah. Oh. So touchy-feely. Issei clears his throat to calm himself down. I gotta clear my throat. A change. What's this? We have a guest at the temple, and they are apparently an acquaintance of my father. But the awkwardness is because of them. She's a beautiful woman, which makes it a touchy subject. The teacher isn't. I'm pretty sure that's not the case in most storylines, but the teacher, I forget his name, but the guy who summons Castor, he isn't Issei's dad, I'm pretty sure. Fairly certain. So, in this, again, this might be a sign that we are in the Fate route. In this timeline, Castor has connections to Issei's dad? Okay. I was joking before, but maybe there are little signs of Issei, okay. Probably not. Until the wedding? Yo, Medea is so underrated, by the way. I mean, her and Ryder are like, But of course, I can understand why people are like Saiba and Rin and all that stuff. But those two, so good. Hold on, let me read this again. Did I read this wrong? Though I don't have to report that there has been a change, that said, I'm entirely sure how to explain it. What change? Yeah, but not the mountain. However, the situation has left everyone in the temple restless. We have a guest at the temple, and they are apparently an acquaintance of my father. But the awkwardness is because of them. She's a beautiful woman, which makes a touchy subject. Honestly, I don't know why there's such a fuss over a woman. A woman at Rio the Temple? Do they have nuns? No, but they've made an exception for her. We're letting her use a room until the wedding. So, did he mention there's a wedding? I don't see this. So he just blurts out there's a wedding. Or was that the cover? Because again, I don't think they've ever talked about that in the other routes. What was the alias that the teacher and caster used for their excuse of like, oh, we're just going to hang out here. But their excuse is apparently a wedding. That might just be a light novel thing in general where they go into more detail on their side because they don't get too much shine outside of Unlimited Blade work. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's what it must be. Yo, he's thinking hard about her. He's thinking real hard. Again, don't blame him. Yo, man. Okay, all right, but we know you roll a certain way. Uh-huh. The student council president mumbles some sort of sutra. No, he's not. Yeah, you're disciplined, all right. I can tell he's not listening. Issei continues to mumble, giving himself a pep talk, and disappears into the town's outskirts. By the time I get back home, the sun is almost setting. And just like yesterday, I'm the first one back home. Sakura and Fujine will probably get here soon too, and Tosca will come home later. There's no point in talking in secret when those two are around. Having decided that, I better prepare for dinner. Tosca beat me with her cooking last night, and I need to do something to improve Fujine's mood, right? You got two whammies of a problem here. You got showed up, and now you gotta help out the Fuj. Best girl. The secret ingredient to a great dish is time and effort, rather than love. If I want to guarantee my win, I'll have to spend double the time as usual. Double the prep. Okay. Let's go, head chef. Cook. Cook. By all means. I want to see a good dish. And so, here's what happened. I mean, you kind of did, but okay. Wait, are they eating? Wait, are they here? Or did a lot of time skip? Yeah, I don't think she can. Wickedness is not always apparent. And with that, Fujine reluctantly returns the wooden container of rice to the dining table. 5 servings of my especially mixed rice safely returned to the dining table. Sounds good. I'm getting hungry again. Munch, munch. Hunger. Oh yeah, weren't we talking last time about women's weight or something? So now they're like, I don't want to eat all this. Carbos. Clank, clank. I don't want to hear anything from you, Saber. In other versions, you're scarfing down Big Mats like they're Tic Tacs. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Chomp, chomp. Ooh, God damn it, I'm hungry. Munch, munch. Mm-hmm. Choo choo. So that's how they all enunciate their eating. Rin is choo choo. Saber. Well, Saber is munch munch. Well, no, hers is chomp chomp. Sakura is clank clank. I don't think we've heard Fujine's just yet. And then ours is munch munch. There's basically mushroom. Mushroom. Oh, never mind. This dish sucks. No, mushroom. This is basically mushroom mixed rice, correct? So it's porridge. Instead of using bean curd, you mixed in yuzu citrus to make it aromatic. Such detail. Oh, mushrooms. Okay. Clank, clank. Here we go. Sure. Oh, she doesn't get an enunciation? Really? Fujine must have been giving up monopolizing the wood container of rice, but she starts to shovel food in her mouth with an alarming speed. The moment her rice bowl is empty, she thrusts it out, requesting another. I'm getting hungry. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's still competition. Oh, God, she won't accept. Fujine stretches the rice bowl. I really don't get it. Don't worry about it, kid. Sakura laughs uncomfortably. Tosuka looks exacerbated, ignores Fujine, and Saber just, well, is Saber. She eats. I worked pretty hard to make all this, and it looks like this might have been a backfire. Dinner, which I intended to make Tosuka admit defeat, ended boisterously thanks to Fujine's energetic behavior. One day, man, one day.
Oh, Fujine, Sakura wo yoroshiku na. Chanto ie made. Hai, hai. Wakatteru kara anshin nasai.
Fujine takes Sakura's hand, and they turn to go. She's an engine, man. She's got that fire. And then the problem is that Taiga doesn't realize that people have limits. She wants to exceed hers, that's all. You can't really expect something like that from a wild tiger, after all. Hopefully, we can try and keep her contained so she doesn't run wild in a polite society. No, you need chaos sometimes. Let chaos reign. We gotta stop dunking on best girl, man. Won't accept this. I see the two off and go back to the living room. I mentioned as I had something to tell them after dinner, so Tosuka and Saber are sitting in the living room looking serious. The deets. Sarah brows fur slightly. As servant, her life is focused on combat rather than peaceful daily routine. I still don't think her wounds have completely healed just yet. Oh, hold on. There we go. Even with her healing powers, the chest wound Lancer's noble phantasm inflicted won't heal quickly. It is a strong, strong attack. With that in mind, I hesitate to tell them about Shinji. I'm the same as Shinji. I'd want to avoid fighting as much as I could, but I don't think it's right for a young girl like Saber to wield a sword. Bro, what are you talking about? This young girl can, like, devastate and destroy enemies you couldn't even fathom. She was, for a time, going toe-to-toe with that monstrosity that would have killed you. Berserker. What are we talking about? Game Shiro. What the fuck?
話があるのではないのですか？まあ、そうだな。率直に言うとだな。今日、ライダーとそのマスターに会ってきた。
Yeah.
ライダーのマスターに会ってきたって、いつの話よそれ。そんなバカな。一人で敵のマスターに会うなどと、自分の身を何と考えているのですか？
Let's just call it a wild gamble.
待て、落ち着けってば。大丈夫。怪我なんてしていないから、そう怒らないでくれ。
Oh, that's too late. You should have known that.
怒るななどと、いえ、私は怒ってなどいません。
I'm certainly not angry.
シロの行動に呆れているだけです。
Baffled. Yeah.
右に同じ。まあ、済んだことを言っても始まらないわ。
Yeah. Listen, I got deets, though. I got deets on Riders, Master, and their situation, and casters.
それで、どういうことなのよ、シロ。
Tosuka and Saber are glaring at me, obviously furious. Crap. I knew they would say something about me being rash, and I never imagined they would be so, well, livid.
会ったのは今日の午後だ。話し合いをするっていうから付き合っただけで、別に戦ったわけじゃない。見ればわかるわ。で、ライダーのマスターはどんなやつだったの？どんなやつかって、シンジだよ。
Is he gonna call her bluff? Because Shinji said you shouldn't trust Tosuka.
学校で結界を探っていたら声をかけられてな。話があるからついてこいって、マトウの家まで行ったんだ。シンジって本当にシンジ？
The motherfucking Shinji?
ああ、ライダーもシンジに従ってたし、聖杯戦争も知ってたさ。なんでも、マトウは由緒正しい魔術師の家系なんだ。
Yeah, in this one, you know, the three great houses apparently has slipped Tosuka's purview somehow.
ああ、それはそうだけど、そんなはずないのよ。マトウの家は先代でもう枯渇しているはずだもの。何があろうと、マトウの子供。
Then again, there's the whole thing with Sakura, so maybe she just couldn't fathom they somehow did it. Tosuka seems pretty sure of what she's saying. If she says so, then Shinji and Sakura really don't have any magic circuits. But then again, after Shiro coming into this field, I would be like, oh, anything's possible now. We're gonna go balls to the wall with this fucking Holy Grail War. Right, no circuits, but he knows magecraft, so I don't know what that exactly entails. He knows magecraft, and then since he's the eldest male, the knowledge has been passed down to him, so Sakura doesn't know anything. Yep, there you go.
まずったわね。確かにそういうケースだってあるか。魔導書が残っているんならマスターになるぐらいはできるだろうし。
So Grimoire, right. Right, okay. Giving us more information on the other version, but okay, so grimoires. So grimoires are almost like a secret method of becoming masters, even if you don't have magic circuits. So I wonder if you gave a grimoire to Shiro, what that would have helped him summon Saber to a more fuller potential. But then again, if it's anything like we see in the other ones, it probably is a limited amount of energy within those said grimoires. Tosuka beating herself up for what she's done so far. She may be almost flawless, but it seems like she can be kind of a ditz too. There you go. There you go. So this will go then back lockstep. Let me see. Let me go. Yeah, where's my... There we go. Not you. Here we go. So, like, during this stuff where we get, like, the beginning with Rin and her dialogues and stuff, you know, I believe a lot of the stuff that they set up through Rin is supposed to be taken as, oh, she knows most of the lore, therefore we're going to get introduced to the lore. And I think 90% of what she says is accurate, but we're clearly seeing here she still is a inexperienced mage in of herself. So the terminologies and insight that she believes is solid, rock solid, through Shiro being here and now Shinji, it's clearly showing that, oh, wait, my know-how from those before me isn't exactly infallible. It actually can be wrong, or there is stuff of gray wiggle room that we don't know and can't always expect for. So I wonder if that will apply to terms like true magic, magic as a whole, versus mystics, mages, versus wizards, because I think that was a whole big thing too. So like those dichotomies, everything that was set up in the beginning, which I keep calling out because sometimes I swear to God, in this visual novel, they are using the terms colloquially together or inverse of each other, which they set up as completely opposite the case in the beginning of the game. So I'm like, what does one actually mean? Is this being contradicted because it's from the guise of Shiro, who doesn't know anything? But is Rin a solid choice? Because we're clearly, you know, seeing right now she is a ditz and her information can be faulty, if not all the way clear. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like now I have to do my own research to really know, like, was really the definition of true magic? Was definition of magic? Was a definition of the mystic arts? Was the definition of magecraft? What's the definition of magic circuits and like the ode that is in the air that people take from versus the inside magic energy pools? Like, what are those things? Just all this stuff about X, Y, and Z. It's now, I feel like, what they've set up through Shiro and Rin isn't rock solid. So now it's like, okay, I have to now double down and do my own reading. But maybe they're going to put more in here because of the visual novel. I don't know. Just one of those things to keep in mind, just as a writing style choice, but also maybe just a consistency thing later on. Just pointing it out. The problem is most of the gaffes turn out to be fatal. True, true. But he was kind of a cretin. Mm-hmm.
それはそうでしょうね。学校にはまだ一人、私たちの知らないマスターがいるのは明白よ。けどシロ、あなたまさか結界を張ってないっていうシンジの言葉を信じてるの？
That is fair. That is fair. Shinji, you know, listen, is kind of one of those motherfuckers. You gotta be careful of what he's saying. You can't take him too at face value, but then again, Shiro is just nothing but face value, so. Honestly, I would say 60-40.
半分ね。その時点で大したお人よしだと思うけど。
I actually agree with Rin. Yeah, if you think it's really 50-50, then you really are a sucker.
まあ、それはそれでいいわ。そういう余分なところがあなたの味だし。
Mm-hmm.
だからこそシンジは正体を明かしたんだろうしさ。
Mm-hmm. Also, he believed that I just had Saber on hand constantly, so we can use that to our advantage, at least with him, for a while until he, like, calls the bluff.
まあいいわ。それで、シンジと何を話したのよ、あなた。
手を組まないか、だとさ。シンジも戦うつもりはないらしい。だから、顔見知りとなら協力したいって風だったけど。
Again, I don't know about that. Because he may not want to fight, but he still wants to win. If you get my drift.
シロ、あなたまさかシンジと。
いや、断るだろう、普通。俺、もう遠坂と手を組んでるし。
Hmm.
返事をするにしたって、ちゃんと遠坂に話を通さないとダメじゃないか。
Yeah, Shiro's got more dignity than that.
うん。それはそうだけど。でも、断ったって言った？
Mm-hmm.
さっきはああ言ったけど、シンジへの返答は俺の独断でやっちまった。遠坂の耳に入れるような話でもなかったし、それともやっぱり早まったのか、俺。
別に、シロの判断は正しいんじゃない？まあ、あんた個人にお呼びがかかったんなら、私が文句を言う筋合いでもないけどさ。
Mm-hmm. The way she's mumbling makes her seem, well, not quite herself.
シンジからの話はそれだけだよ。
That's one of the... Got it.
俺の見た限りじゃ、ライダーもそう強力なサーバントでもなかった。
I can also do that for a
まさ
second.
かは言うに及ばず。
I saw Ryder too, but it didn't seem like she was that powerful of a servant to me. She's definitely not like Berserker, and she didn't seem as intense as Lancer. Ryder seemed decent nature-wise, but again, your sensing skills are really not that deductive, so I would be very hesitant. Very hesitant, my man.
マスターがそう実感したのなら確かでしょう。ですが、サーバントの進化は天した宝具に左右されます。
Yep, there you go. There's also that too. Uh-huh. Don't be too naive, Shiro.
ライダーがどこの英雄かは全くわからなかった。ほら、ランサーとかバーサーカーはいかにも英雄って感じじゃないか。
Aura.
ライダーにはそれがなくて、どこか普通のサーバントとは違う気がした。
普通のサーバントとは違うですか。私にはわかりませんわ。リンならシロの違和感が説明できますか？ああ、理屈だけならわかるわよ。サーバントがどんな英霊かは呼び出されたマスターに左右されるって話。結構似た者同士になるのよ、マスターとサーバントは。
This was loosely, I think, brought up in 02, although I don't think not as concretely, but here you go. So, servants do mimic their masters, and that's why you can get a certain particular personality. Obviously, in 0, you had the fucking caster being psychotically enticed as Guile. His master, who is he? Oh, he's a serial killer. Bet. Cool. But then you get to interesting cases like Saber and Kiritsugu, where you would think at first they're not on the same page, but they are, I think, two sides of the same coin. They're just ways of doing things. They're very parallel, or not parallel, but juxtaposed to one another. So that is kind of interesting. I think that is for sure a fact that is for sure true. So what does that say about someone who summons Berserker, like Elia, who is this very robust, knowledgeable, intellectual, mischievous, childlike being, and yet summons a Berserker who just wants to fucking crush and shit. Like, that's a very interesting dynamic into an insight for their personalities.
つまり、高潔な人物がマスターなら、それに近い霊格をした英霊が召喚される。逆に言えば、心に深い傷を持った人間が英霊を呼び出せば、同じように傷を負った英霊が現れるわ。
Okay.
シローがライダーに感じた違和感はそれでしょうね。
Okay. Well, seeing how Shinji is a very creepy, like, I was gonna say reserved. No, he's not. He's out there. It's like, huh? Yeah, it makes more sense why I think Ryder really fixed Sakura in the Heaven's Field route.
いびつな心を持つマスターは時として英雄ではなく英霊に近いだけの音量を呼び出してしまうのよ。
Hmm.
英霊に近い音量。それってまさか前に遠坂が言っていた
Vengeful Ghost.
ええ、血を見るのが大好き。人殺しなんて何とも思わないような暴虐者よ。
So I guess that's a separate dichotomy of heroic spirits. There's true heroic spirits, and then there's vengeful ghosts. So something like Guile is probably more of a vengeful ghost. Is Gilgamesh more of a heroic spirit, or could he be classified as a vengeful ghost? Like, do you have to be altruistically enjoying the pain and suffering of someone, or is it more of a mindset of you don't really mind if someone has to die, therefore you are a vengeful spirit? Because Gilgamesh, he don't care about anyone but himself. He's numero uno in his own verse. So it's like, I don't know. Does that, like, ego coincide with the vengeful ghost type, where it's like they're a tyrant?
実際残忍さだけが伝承に残っている英雄だっているんだから。
True.
そういうやつがサーバントになってもおかしくはないわ。
Is that true? Now that I think about it, I smelled blood on Ryder, and they get the impression that she was a bloodthirsty murderer, but maybe, again, that could be a part of her trait.
まあライダーのことはそれだけだ。最後にもう一つあるんだけど、これが一番重要かもしれない。なんでもさ、ライダーの話じゃ竜道寺にもマスターがいるらしい。そいつは町中の人間から魔力を集めているそうなんだけど、この話、二人はどう思う？
竜道寺。竜道寺ってあの山のてっぺんにある寺
The
の。
one and the same.
だからそうだって。なんだ、思い当たる節でもあるのか、遠坂。
まさかその逆よ。竜道寺なんて行ったことないもの。どんなマスターか知らないけど、そんな偏僻なところに陣取ろうなんて思わないわよ、普通。
Yeah, I mean, but a normal one wouldn't think to set up camp in a desolated place like that. Why? It's a mountain fortress if you know what you're doing.
だよな。俺も竜道寺にいるって聞いたときは驚いた。いくら人目につかないって言っても、寺には大勢の坊さんが生活しているんだ。怪しい真似をしたらすぐに騒ぎになると思う。
いまいち信用できないわね、その話。
You don't think so? That might be the one truth Shinji actually told.
仮にそうだとしても、竜道寺って郊外のさらに郊外にあるんでしょ。そこから深山と神と両方に手を伸ばすなんて大魔術っていうより魔力の無駄遣いよ。集めた魔力を使ってもそんな大規模な術は不可能だもの。
Again, I don't know, Rin. I feel like your perspective on the matter is very, very shallow. So you might just be surprised on the level of a servant they might summon, especially if it's a caster. It's like, you might be surprised. So this is what I mean. You kind of have to take what Rin and Shiro are saying about lore and stuff very heavy-handed. If it's like Kirakoto Mine or someone else, like Ilya, alright, I'm more willing to believe in that. There might be some inconsistencies here and there, but they probably are more reliable sources of information versus Shiro and Rin. Just saying. Tezuka thinks for a moment, and looking troubled. I'm relying on her experience here, so I can't interrupt her. What experience? Her only experience is that she has more inherent knowledge passed on to her. That's not experience per se. That's just more foresight and prep.
いえ、シローの話は信憑性が高い。あの寺院を抑えたのなら、その程度の魔術は自然に行えるのですから。
There you go.
セイバー、あの寺院って竜道寺のことを知ってるのか？まだ連れてったことないぞ、俺。
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
忘れたのですか、シロ。私は前回も聖杯戦争に参加しています。この町のことは熟知していますし、あの寺院が落ちた霊脈という。
And the ley line, right? The ley line. The ley line. That's another term that we have to remember too. Hey, how's it going? Hina Loving Manic. So the route that I'm trying to go for is the Fate route. I have mentioned this multiple times, but I'll mention it again because you asked. I have watched through Unlimited Blade Works. I have seen Heaven's Field. In fact, I'm rewatching it right now. I know of the Fate route to a degree from the anime adaptation that was long, long ago, but I don't like know it off the back of my hand. So what I'm trying to do is kind of close off the chapter, complete the trio, and get that Fate route going. So as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure I'm going down the Fate route. I haven't noticed anything familiar to Unlimited Blade Work, and certainly not Heaven's Feel. Unless there's just automatically a lot more stuff pushed in the visual novel compared to its adaptation. So it's like, oh, I can't actually know quite yet if I'm on one path versus another. But it feels very, very different from how we've already started with Unlimited and Heaven, where it feels that we've kind of gotten more quality time with Saber through Shiro's interactions, where you tend to see it, at least through the anime adaptations, of, oh, Shiro's obsessed with thinking about Rin. He's got a lot on his mind in Heaven's Feel about Sakura and her treatment. But in this one, it feels like he's very, at least so far from what I've been picking, it seems like he's very forthwit with Saber and how she needs to heal. Was her story, he wants to get closer to her, but he can't really talk to her, etc. And also, Shinji in this one is very, very different so far. He is outwardly saying, hey, I'm a master, I don't want to fight, but of course it's Shinji, so I'm just waiting for him to fuck up. So, as of right now, long story short, I'm going for the Fate route, because I want to, like, round everything out. And I believe that's what I am right now. Unlimited Blade Work route, Archer doesn't get hurt. So if Archer is hurt, then it should be the Fate route. Oh, fuck me. Oh, man. I think he's not hurt? Oh, man. I don't know. I would have to like go back or something. I honestly could not tell you. I'll have to go check out the VOD myself. Oh wait, are these arrows here indicating that there's going to be a decision tree? I did not know that. If that's the, are these green arrows indication that there's going to be a dialogue split? Oh shit. Huh. Oh, I didn't know that. That's nice. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, I don't think so. I don't believe he's hurt. So I think we're on the Fate route. I'm 80% sure. But if we're not, I have been save scumming. Yes, sir. So I'm going to make sure I get the Fate route, because I want that for my own personal reasons. But I think I'm good. Thanks for coming to the stream, by the way. It's nice to have a Fate person in here. A ley line, that's what my house. Why would you be there? The ley line centers is one area. Again, Rin, you don't know everything as much as you think you do. There you go. Not as experienced as you think you are. Again, you have to be very careful because we start off this story from, Rin's perspective on like, hey, this is what classifies a mage versus a magician. This is magic. This is true magic. Like, she's very book oriented, and that's the main jump she has over Shiro. But we're clearly seeing a lot of her know-how is either wrong or not fully aware of situations. So it kind of unfortunately now makes me be like, I gotta go look at wikis and shit, because some of the stuff that she could be spouting in the beginning might just be wrong. So let me see this. Okay, so Decision Tree. So I had a Sakura Plus. I don't know what that means. Sakura Broken. But again, I'm trying to make sure I don't get Sakura stuff. So I feel like that's okay. Because if I get too much Sakura, I'm sure that's going to get into the Heaven's Field route. Then we have the fight. I don't... hold on. Come here. Yeah, so we plus... Okay. I don't think he's hurt. Oh, yeah, right. I did get the bad ending. I did get the bad ending, so I had to replay this. Yeah, I got some Saber stuff. Okay, that's actually really useful. I didn't know this was a feature in the game that you can actually see. Like, this is how you explore if you have chosen certain routes and stuff. So I'm seeing a lot of Sabers, so I'm gonna take that as I'm getting on the Fate route. If this is your first time playing, it should be the Fate route by default, I think. Yeah, this is my first time playing this type of Fate game. I've played other Fate games before, but not Fate Stay Night, the visual novel. So I'm hoping it's just going to be like, hey, default, I want the Fate route. That's all I want.
けど確かにそれなら町の人間から生命力をかすめ取っていくこともできるわよね。
要するに霊的に優れた土地ってことだろ。そんなの当然じゃないか。そうでもないところに寺なんて建てないぞ。
そんなの当たり前じゃない。
Oh,
言われ
Rin.
なくても分かってるわよ。
The know-it-all doesn't know everything now, does it?
だよな。昔から寺とか神社ってのは神がかる場所に建てて町を守るものだ。坊さんは神仏に祈って幸を与えるんじゃなくて、鬼門を封じて災いを退ける。その線で言えば、竜道寺のあるお山が特別な場所ってのは当然だろう。
Okay. Instead, their job is to seal up the areas and people believe are unlucky to ward off calamity. So based on that, it's no surprise that the mountain where Ryoma Temple is located is a spiritual place. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And maybe it was probably a site to have the Holy Grail War long ago. Oh God, Rin.
そうよ、悪い。今まであるだけの寺だと思ってたわよ。あの寺には実践派の法術師がいないんだから。
Showing her true colors.
実践派の法術師。なんだそれ。
度胸や心身、祈願以外で霊を成仏させる連中のこと。
You mean exorcist?
は神仏の力だけでことをなすそうだけど、修行が浅い僧侶は神仏に届かないから、私たちみたいに自身の力を上乗せして術をなすの。
Okay.
そういう連中
We're getting a little lore on monks here.
なってるのがあるのよ、この国には。私たちとは相入れない連中だから詳しくは知らないけどさ。
Are they like an Asian version of the Catholic Church in this universe, where we know we have the actual church and the Mages Association, they cooperate to each other? Is it something like that degree, but for like Buddhist and Shintoist? Like they have their own little sect that actually deals with servants and stuff? That's also, I feel, new. I feel like that is for sure not brought up in the anime of Unlimited Blade Work, nor in Heaven's Field. I mean, in the first movie, they get fucking annihilated as the first one. So yeah, no, of course it wasn't brought up. They were the first ones to die. Okay, so that's definitely new. So they are introducing that there is like potentially a Shinto and Buddhist counterpart to the church. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
そんなことより寺のこと
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm enjoying it. It's, you know, I've played other Fate games before. I have FGO. I've watched the series and stuff. So I am not a noob to Fate. I'm not a veteran either. So just kind of do this for my own personal journey, and then also just kind of saying, yeah, I know what happens in all 3 of the Fate routes, and I have done the visual novel. So it's kind of, you know, a little personal accomplishment. And then in the future, we'll probably, after done this, we're going to definitely play other Fate games on here. I do want to play the Fate Extella Extra again. We'll play that new one that came out, the Samurai one. That looks good. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's actually... Pardon me, game, for just a second. If I'm not mistaken, there should be, like, another visual novel coming out. It's like, what is it called? Fate. I think it's called Fate Hollow. And from what I can tell, it looks like it's situated during the Holy Grail War of Current. And if that's the case, is this like a 4th route? I haven't gotten any information on it. I've just been seeing it pop up. So maybe when this comes out, Fate Hollow Exturia, because I kind of know who that Alter Saber is. At least I believe so. So I'm kind of curious. After this, I'll know the main 3 routes, but is this like a super hidden 4th route, like, type deal that has to get its own variant of a game? So yeah, we might play this in the future. I think it's coming out actually relatively soon, so maybe. But yeah, I'm enjoying my playthrough. I'm enjoying it. It's good. It's fun. Despite me having questions and stuff. But more importantly, we should focus on the temple.
あの寺が霊脈だとしたら、まず真っ先に抑えようとするのがマスターでしょ。おかしいじゃない。
It's a strong
なんで
point.
他の連中はそんな場所を見逃しているのよ。
That makes even more sense now in Heaven's Field why Bug Grandpa wanted to go over there. Not only to absorb and do all that shit, but he has a ley line area.
だから竜道寺があるからだろ。悪用されないように見張ってるんだって。
So you know, though. So you know.
竜道寺の僧侶はみんな純粋な修行僧じゃない。私たちみたいに外れた連中じゃないんだから、そんな人たちを丸め込むぐらいマスターなら造作もないわ。いいえりん、それは違う。確かにマスターならば、あの寺院を制圧するのはたやすいでしょう。しかし、あの山にはマスターにとって都合の悪い結界が張られているのです。
Really?
私たちに都合の悪い結界?
So there's a bounded field. So it's a stronghold because of the ley line connection, but it's also fortified to make sure not any master can just get that.
はい。あの山には自然霊以外を排除しようとする法術がある。
Thaumaturgy.
生身の人間に影響はありませんが、私たちサーバントには文字通り鬼門なのです。
Interesting. Yeah, they're going into way more detail about the fucking temple than any other route. But again, this might just be general because it's a visual novel. They can do more. Well, we'll see. Our abilities will be likely considerably weaker.
という令状を受けるようなものですから。それじゃあどうやって竜道寺のマスターはサーバントを維持しているのよ。
That's a good question. Maybe if you summon inside of the temple, not outside, then coming in.
いえ、
Maybe. I don't know.
寺院
I
の
kind of
中
forgot.
に入ってしまえば結界はありません。元より結界とは寺院を守る境界線と聞きます。結界は外来者を拒むだけのものですから。
Yo, who set up this goddamn battlefield? Who set that up? Because that also wasn't mentioned in Zero.
じゃあ、なんとか中に入ってしまえばサーバントを律する法術はないってこと？けどおかしいな。そんな風に寺院を密閉させたら地脈そのものが止まるじゃない。せめて一本ぐらい道を開けておかないと地脈の中心点にはなり得ないんじゃない？
Mm-hmm.
はい。寺院の道理で言えば正しい門から来訪した者は拒めません。その教えに従っているのか、寺に続く参道にだけは結界が張れないと聞きました。
Oh, well, okay, now that puts everything into perspective.
あの寺院は正門のみ、私たちサーバントを律する力が働いていないのです。なるほど。そりゃそうよね。すべての門を閉じたら中の空気がよどむもの。ただ一つだけ作られた正門か。
You gotta go to a shrine visit.
それだけです。では結論を。マスターがいると判明したのですから、取るべき手段は一つだけだと思いますが。
I know what Saber wants to say. Her eyes are telling me that since we know the enemy's location, we need to attack. But
私はパス。
oh, she doesn't want to go in.
どうにも罠臭いし、正直それだけの情報じゃ動けないわ。相手のホームグラウンドに行くんなら、せめてどんなサーバントを連れているのか判明するまで待つべきよ。
Right, so we know Saber, Archer, Berserker. Lancer is out there, so they could be unaware that it could be that one. They now have met Ryder, so they still need to identify the caster and assassin.
意外ですね。リンならば戦いに赴くと思ったのですが。
Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, you don't want to be fight buddies?
侮ってもらって結構よ。こっちはアーチャーがまだ本調子じゃないし、しばらくは傍観するわ。
Wait, oh, hold on.
私たちだけで寺院に赴きましょう。
Oh shit, hang on. Archer's not back at his full strength. Oh, I think he did get injured. Oh no. Oh no. I might actually be on the unlimited blade word route. No. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'll do my damnedest. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe it's not too late. If I start hearing some, this is my world, unlimited blade work shit. If I start hearing that, it's like, oh man, god damn it. That's how I know I fucked up. But maybe it's not too late. Maybe it's not too late. Understand. Then Shiro, let us be heading off to the temple by ourselves. Saber is a matter of fact about it. Yes. Yeah, they are. But I am. Okay. Hang on. Gonna save. Save my decision. So, okay. So that when we do get to a scene, it is a indication when you see the arrows. It's going to be a split decision. Okay. I mean, I know in Unlimited Blade Work we do fight them. So should we not? Oh, man. In Unlimited Blade Work, we do fight them. This might be dumb, and it might hurt my chances with Saber. let's not fight them. Let's not fight them.
いや、俺も遠坂と同じだ。まだあそこには手を出さない方がいい。
あなたまで戦わないというのですか?
Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Does this actually... Does this hurt Saber? No, nothing yet, at least. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Are you saying you don't want to fight either? Because you're not at full power, and we have no idea who we're going up against.
それは分かってる。けど待つんだ、セイバー。竜道寺にいるマスターがそこまで用意周到なやつなら、絶対に罠を張っている。そう、遠坂の言う通り、せめてアーチャーが回復するまで待つべきだと思う。
Yeah, he's recovered. Okay. Oh, damn.
そのような危険は当然です。初めから無傷で勝利を得ようなどと思ってはいません。
Except you're already injured, so double injury might be a massive setback.
敵の罠が体を貫こうと、この首を渡さなければ戦える。
Okay.
どのような深手を負おうと、マスターさえ倒せればいいのではないのですか?
But we also need to think long term, Saber. We need to think long term. You fighting one battle at a time is courageous, and you know, I like that gusto. But if you think that every single time, then you're not thinking about the bigger picture. You already been through this once, and you almost won. But if you keep this mindset up, you're not going to win again.
バカ言うな。怪我をしてもいいなんて、そんな話があるか。危険を承知で行くのはいい。けど、そんな特攻は馬鹿げてる。俺はマスターとして、セイバーにそんな危険な真似をさせられない。
Going to the Ryo Temple would be suicide, no question. The lone road leading up to the temple is sure to be packed with traps, obstacles, and maybe both. Again, because in Unlimited Blade Work, we did go to fight them early, I will say I think this might be the best decision. Maybe. It's one thing to go in expecting danger, but doing it without a plan to deal with them is suicide. No matter how powerful Saber is, she still is held back by my weaknesses. I would hate for her to push herself in a fight and end up... Yep. If it ends up like it did last time, I can't agree just to charge in blindly.
何を言うかと思えば。いいですか、マスター。サーバントは傷を負うものです。それを恐れて戦いを避けるなど、私のマスターには許しません。
ああ、許されなくて結構だ。セイバーが無茶をするんなら何度だって止めるからな。それが嫌ならさっさと体を治せって言うんだ。まだ傷が治りきってないんだろ。
You wanna fight? Get better.
戦闘に支障はありません。傷を理由に戦いを先延ばしにするなどと、そのような気遣いは不要です。
If you can't administer your best abilities because you have a handicap, Saber, that's not okay. From a emotional standpoint, you're calling him out, fair. But from a logistic standpoint, no, you do need a heal. Saber just won't change her mind about fighting. Why doesn't she understand, no matter what I say? You be stubborn, I'll be stubborner. Ooh.
また俺もお前も共倒れなんて真似を繰り返すつもりか。冗談じゃない。俺はあんな無残に殺されるなんて二度とごめんだ。
Damn, she took that personally. She faded off the screen. Ugh. And then I expected Saber to argue. Instead, she just draws in a breath and... Damn! Oh, wait, we might have cooked too hard. It might be burnt. Her tone is apologetic.
卑怯で悪かったな。とにかく、こっちから仕掛けることはまだしないぞ。俺だって、竜道寺にいるマスターは放っておけない。けど、俺たちは戦える状態じゃない。こんなんで戦ってやられちまったら、 それこそ誰が竜道寺のマスターを
Also Shinji. Don't believe any word that he says.
いいか。こっちから打って出るのはお前の傷が治って万全の状態になってからだ。それに文句があるんならさっさと他のマスターを見つけてくれ。
Oh, yeah.
わかりました。マスターがそういうのでしたら。
She's finally being told no. Saber's voice is quiet as she answers, then she falls silent. Damn. Our conversation ends there. Tosca and Saber go back to their rooms. I'm left alone in the living room and finding myself staring to regret what I did. I think we chose right. Well, it's too late. I could have said it differently, so why did I have to say it the way I did? Why was I the only able to convince her with words that cut her so deep? Interlude. Here we go. Oh, what? This is new. Excuse me. It's a quiet, windless night. It's past midnight. Darkness blanks the sky. The town itself is like a dark sea, illuminated by moonlight. Overhead, the clouds move across the sky. At ground level, there's not a breath of wind. Higher up, the air must be roaring as the clouds swim.
風が出るな。
There's at least some wind. Maybe she hears the inaudible wind. She mutters quietly as she looks up into the windy sky. The young girl known as Saber stands quietly in the middle of the yard, glaring up at the sky. Her golden hair is beautiful, even in the dark of the night. Her clear green eyes remain on the moon as it flickers in and out of view. She glances towards the corner of the yard once. There's an old shed. Her lord sleeps there.
あなたが戦わないというのならいい。
Bro, what are you doing, Saber? Come on now. You gotta be kidding me, because it's like, oh, you're trying to get the fate route, because you now realize you fucked up. Too bad, you fucked up again. Oh, man. Seriously? I'm just trying to get the route, man. Don't make me get unlimited blade work. The sound of iron melts into the darkness without reaching anyone's ears. The moon hides, then reveals itself once again. As the cloud above float past, the girl's appearances changes radically. Is she just gonna go? Wait a minute. She's just gonna disobey like that? Crazed. Solid, heavy armor. She can no longer be called a girl in the blue moonlight or in the blue remnant. I mean, I would hope not. And now she is shrouded in the steely armor woven of magical energy intense enough that it would overwhelm all others. In her hands, she holds the invisible sword, concealed by the same magical energy that surpasses human understanding. That figure, once considered undefeatable in battle, proves that someone like her still exists in this day and age. Though her sword is invisible, the majestic air she exudes proves her exceptional skill as a swordsman. This is what has made her Saber. The hero of the sword, said to be the strongest of all the 7 servants. Keywords. Even then, a knight among knights who remains ever civil and acts according to her lord's will. I hope so. I hope so, Saber. Whatever the other heroic spirits may be like, she remains the ideal swordsman who would never defy her lord. Until now. Please don't. Don't do this. Saber, don't do this. I care about you. Don't do this. Don't do this. But that ends night, of course. Saber, you're doing something very dumb here. She is here, defying her lord's order. Rather, she is not truly disobeying her lord. This is her way of bringing her lord victory, the results of her own determination. But this master will never change his ways. Then it must be her duty to be heartless. What am I getting, Saber Alter? If her master will not fight, then his sword must. But that still poses no hindrance in battle. After confirming her own ability, she returns her gaze to the moon. She has no concern for the shed where her lord sleeps any longer. Now that she is armed, wearing her armor, the only thing on her mind is to defeat her enemies. Saber, you're gonna die. Is she gonna get captured by Medea again and then... Oh shit, I just realized. If we get to that moment, I'm definitely gonna have to censor. Oh lord, fucking YouTube's gonna be like, what the hell is this? It's like, I was just playing a game. I don't know. The moon, darkness. The moment a large cloud covers the sky, Saber jumps over the wall of the mansion grounds. She runs through the darkness. Silvery swordsman rushes through the sleeping town. She has but one destination, the Ryodo Temple. Sitting at the heart of the sacred mountain of the town's outskirts, even Saber understands how difficult it would be single-handedly to defeat the master lurking in that temple. Shiro is correct. She is bound to suffer great injuries, or at worst, her death. But how can she call herself a servant if she cannot do the impossible? Servants are driven by their superior abilities and unsatiable pride. They are proud as heroes and have earned that confidence in the numerous battles they fought. As heroic spirits whose lore have been passed down and respected since ancient times, they cannot lose no matter who they face, unless it's against another one. She can't even imagine defeat. Well, that's dumb. That's dumb. I'm sorry, Saber. That's dumb. She is no exception. However much of her innocence may still be left to her, being granted the title of Saber is all the more reason she cannot ignore her pride. That pride will not allow her just to sit by and do nothing when she can face an enemy. What is she, Vegeta right now? Is she a goddamn Saiyan? You may have taken over my body or my mind, but there's one thing a Saiyan always keeps: their pride! And then just fucking pops off. Just fucking pops. Like, come on, Saber. Come on, Saber. Good lord, no wonder Iskandar fucking belittled you as a king. And so, she must brave all traps that may await her and face her enemy, even if she's alone. And then when I have to come and save you, you better apologize. If she has no chance of winning, then she must simply use her sword to create one. Oh, this is so dumb. Her sword is a celebrated blade. It has cut countless enemies down. As long as she has invisible air, there is nothing to fear. She runs through the mountain pass and up the road leading into the temple. After she cut through the mountain pass, an imposing stone staircase awaits her. So we're doing this. She's doing this. So is she just going to fight Sasaki off screen? Nice temple, by the way. It is certainly different than the Ryo temple she remembers. The air is stagnant. The wind is barren. The land's lifeline was contaminated long ago. This place is the land of death. The moment one enters, there can be no escape. All right, Saber. What's the plan? She does not hesitate. She does not do so much as break stride as she runs up the stairs. So even if you win, what will be the plan? Can you not return? Scenery flies by. Her footsteps echo the stone stairs, and the mountain begins to stir. The stairs are longer, stretching across a great distance. The temple gates as far, even for Saber, who shoots up the stairs like an arrow. So long the stairs that it is impossible for one to pass through the gate undetected, and ambushed surely awaits along the way. Reaching the gate will not be easy. Whatever seems may await her, she must simply smash through them and keep moving. Again, I like this mentality, just not now. Just not now. Not now. Nothing will stop her. Even Berserker who appeared before, she will not break. Okay, bet, I guess. Such is her determination and her confidence. And she's going to get rolled. There's literally a term for this. Overconfidence. Oh, Saber. Oh, Saber. She reaches the top. Just as she's about to reach the temple gates, the obstacle presents itself. Oh, God. Fucking Flash. Yep, there he is. There's my boy. There he is. In all his glory. Sasaki Kyojiro. Oh, my goodness. Musashi's supposed greatest rival. Whew, there he is. So we're just going to do this off screen. We're going to do this off screen. So you're going to get your ass handed to you off screen. And then Shiro is going to have to rub it in. Huh? Huh? Alright. Alright. Here we go. Here comes the swallow technique. Saber stops. Despite her determination, right, to push through no matter what enemy she faces, she is surprised by what she finds. It appears so naturally, like a breeze. The man appears before her, lacking any trace of amenity, but leaves not a single opening for an attack. Saber stops and readies her invisible sword. The man before her, backlit by the moon, ignores Saber's menacing glare as if it were nothing to him. Samurai. She has heard about them, and she is bewildered by the sight of one. Of course, we got Glaze. This is her second Holy Grail war. Even though she has seen many other heroic spirits, this is her first time seeing a servant like him. Many? Nah, I don't want to go that far. Ooh, nice panel. Sweat beads on Saber's brow. She isn't afraid. Rather, she struggles to comprehend the situation. It's not as if she has never encountered a strange servant. Certainly, there was no stranger and more mysterious servant than Archer of the Yeah, oh, fucking Archer. Yeah, fucking Gilgamesh. True, he definitely was the peculiar one. By comparison, the servant before her is hardly frightening and possesses no incredible weaponry. And that is exactly what makes it strange. He has such confidence. She senses nothing from the man. There is no doubt he is his servant, but he seems to pose neither a noble phantasm nor magical energy. He should be an easy foe. Their fight should end in a single blow, but for whom? However, her instincts give her one very simple warning. Do not underestimate him. This servant has a means of inflicting instant death. True, I think he does have a one-shot ability. She cannot get closer. His katana is unconventionally long for a Japanese sword. Sephiroth over here. Making it hard to gauge spacing. But more than that, Saber's position puts her at a huge disadvantage. The man stands atop the stairs, and Saber stands below. He has, ladies and gentlemen, the high ground. He's about 5 meters from her. His sword will reach her before she can rush him. But she feels nothing from his sword. Repelling it should be easy. She should not be afraid to step in, but Saber senses somehow that she should not. It's not about clashing with that sword. It's about, can you get it off before his does? Again, nice panel, nice panel. Saber adjusts her grip on her sword and glares at the enemy ahead of her. She may not know his identity, but she should at least be able to determine his class. I mean, why would anyone actually genuinely answer that outside of being a good person? There you go. Doesn't expect an answer. A brief smile. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. My boy. Okay. Osasin. Sasaki Kyojiro. The servant replies is giving in a sing-song voice. Yeah, get ready. Saber cannot help but be surprised. Don't let looks fool you. Say servants generally conceal their identities. What sort of servant would bluntly and proudly give his name because he's not technically a real servant? Number one. But number two, he's confident. If I was part of this rail war, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would pick Assassin. I would totally pick Assassin. Let him pop off more. Yo, I wonder if in the other, that hollow route, can we get Assassin not to be here? That'd be nice. So he can actually, like, walk around and do shit. The man who introduced himself as Sasaki Kyojiro, the assassin, appears to enjoy the Saber's confusion. There is no way Saber knows. She has no idea the servant is a swordsman who wields a long sword called Mono Shinzawa, which had been rumored been an unrivaled swordsman during the Kisho era of Japan. Unrivaled is a stretch, saying how there is the GOAT himself, or I guess in this universe, herself. Knowing, of course, would change nothing. The man's origin is unknown, and even his existence is unclear. His story was told by the word of mouth, and there is perhaps only one person in the world who knows the true identity of the man who's hailed as the great. Shut the fuck up! No, oh my! No wonder fucking Record of Ragnarok fucking glazed this man. The greatest swordsman. They think he's Mihawk. Relax. Yo, if Musashi was here right now, he would be taking care of business. He would be taking care of business, man. He'd be taking care of this. Lord. But Sasaki Kyojiro's, the greatest swordsman, the man who never left a mark in history but was Sasaki Kyojiro's arch enemy, and the only one to have ever defeated him. So, how can this man be called a hero? Again, now we're getting the narrator explaining hero is a catch-all term. Assassin. I mean, by that title alone, you have to think assassins are generally not perceived as heroes in the general light. So, hero servants is a stretch. The assassin, Sasaki Kyojiro, is a presence far removed from Saber herself. Whom among heroic spirits could know the abilities of a swordsman who could not himself normally be a heroic spirit? Two things are clear for her. One is that the man before her is an enemy, and the other is that he was willingly identified himself.
名乗られたからにはこちらも名乗り返すのが騎士の礼です。
That's true. Saber's voice is grave. Revealing her true name possesses an immense risk. She cannot reveal the true name, even under torture, nor does she have intention of doing so. However, this is the only name of her pursuit of victory. For this same reason, she cannot tarnish her knight's honor, duty, pride.
アサシンのサーバントよ。私は。
よい。名乗れば名乗り返さねばならぬ相手であったか。
You have your pride, and I understand that, but fuck that. I'm here to kill you.
いや、無粋な真似をしたのは私であった。
Boorish. The man descends the staircase gracefully. Assassin confronts Saber, taking slowly down the stairs.
ことで敵を知ろうとは思わぬ。我らにとって敵を知るにはこの刀だけで十分であろう。違うか、セイバーのサーバントよ。
What? Because back here, we're actually making a big deal of our weaponry. How could he tell I was a saber? Wielding a sword.
そう驚くこともあるまい。貴様の持つそれが何であるかはわからぬが、身にまとった。
He could just tell your murderous intent specifically is a swordsman.
目がくらむほどの美しい剣気。
Yo, fucking trying to riz. You must be a saber. He takes a step closer. Assassin descends the stone steps, and he points his sword at Saber. The strongest, supposedly. The swordsman laughs joyfully.
なるほど。それは確かにその通りです。
As Saber speaks, she readies her sword.
それでよい。では、果たし合おうぞ、セイバー。サーバント随一と言われるその剣に、しかと見せてもらわねばな。
We are glazing. A silver light leaps, solid and soft. Battle between the two very different swordsmen begins underneath the moonlight. Western versus Eastern. Bro, no! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. We're not gonna do the swallow! Or, like, we're gonna get, like, not it in real time. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. That goddamn idiot. I wake up to a searing pain in my chest. It feels like I just had a bad dream. My heart feels like it's burning. Actually, it feels more heat from outside has been forced into my body. I doubt myself briefly, but before I can think of what it might be, I find myself rushing outside. Yep. I open the sliding screen door to Saber's room. There's no doubt. She's not here. She went to the Ryodo Temple on her own. I'm so angry my head is starting to hurt. Didn't I tell her I wasn't going to fight? Unless you give a specific command on you will not fight. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just didn't want her to get hurt like that again. But again, she has a point. She has to fight at some point. There's no point in filming right here. I need to hurry to the Ryo Temple. I can't let Saber fight alone. Well, I don't know what good I can do for her, but if I can get there, maybe I can. Well, he has 3 command spells right now. I guess he could burn one and just summon her right now. Just to save time.
うちょっとおとなしくしてろってんだ。
She's just a girl. Why can't she just behave herself? Fucking Christ. The writing shows its date. I run. I don't even take the time to change out front. I grab a bike and pedal as fast as I can. I pedal down the hill without braking. It'll take at least 40 minutes to the Rio Temple, even if I rush. I don't know how long it's been since Saber left, but I need to get her to her as fast as I can. Interlude. Here we go. The blades cross. The edges of both swords come in contact again and again. Stroke after stroke. Sword, katana like sparks as they strike and parry. Ooh, not bad. Let me see this. Let me see this. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good. I like that. Assassin, standing higher on the steps, holding his ground. Stand your ground, assassin. Yes. Saber, who is trying to advance up the stone steps, can't get any closer to the assassin. Over time, she bleeds more and more energy. One of Saber's many attempts at rush. Assassin effortlessly swings his long blade, a full 1.5 meters, and halts Saber's advance. No, he's not simply preventing an advance. If Saber's blade is lightning, Assassin's katana is a hurricane. Damn. Oh, the wordplay is so good. Whoa. She's lightning, but I'm a hurricane, and you're going to get sucked into it, girl. Their assassin may be no match for her in strength or speed, but the flexible trajectory of the blade that sweeps aside Saber's every attack. He's very precise. He's very agile with his trajectory. Again, this is swordplay, Oda. Take fucking notes. The what does that say? Recoding, like reposing or recoding. The recoding katana gains speed and flips back towards Saber's neck like a gust of wind itself. Ooh. He's good at parrying, man. He's good at parrying. Even as Saber dodges the blows by only a hair breadth, the long katana flicks back towards her, giving her not a moment of rest. In contrast, Saber's straight sword, Assassin's blade is curved. Assassin's cutting edge is graceful, but it also draws a long extended arch. He shouldn't be able to match Saber's sword as it moves in a straight line, but he somehow cancels out the difference. He knows how to fucking, like, project his way. This is a fucking experienced fighter. She suddenly stops. Her blade isn't moving fast enough to block Assassin's counterattack. She falls back at a pace, knowing it's the only way she can avoid the incoming strike. Assassin's katana traces fascinatingly beautiful arches, but at the same time, it's so fast that it's nearly impossible to follow. Is that seemingly impossible owed to Assassin's skill, or is it instead to Saber being at a disadvantaged position in the battle, or both? Unable to reach a clear conclusion, Saber continuously dodging Assassin's strikes and turns aside the blade as it arches towards her neck with her own weapon. The next thing she knows, she has retreated few more steps down. He got her to go back. That's the extent of his long katana's reach. It would be easy to rush up close to him once she sweeps the sword aside, but for some reason, she cannot do so. He's perfectly in place, man. It must be owed to the enemy's superb skill, the position below him, to which puts her at a disadvantage. Saber bites her lip, thinking she wouldn't have such a hard time against that long katana if it were on a flat ground.
さすがにやりにくいな。見えない剣というものがこれほど厄介とは思わなんだ。
And yet he says it's challenging. Assassin is unmoved. He is fighting purely to defend. He needed not to chase after a retreating saber, nor does he have any reason to give up the advantage of the high ground.
見れば刀を見ることさえ初めてであろう。
I mean, with knowledge, he should know of katanas because of the Holy Grail.
波のものならばまず一撃で首を落とす。それをここまで防ぐとは嬉しいぞ、セイバー。加えて打ち込みも素晴らしい。そのショークでこれほどの剣撃を行うからには。
Everyone wants to note her small frame. We get it. She's petite, man. Good lord. Assassin watched Saber, his posture relaxed, perhaps simply because he needed not to be on the offensive. The tip of his blade wavers, losing strength, but Saber cannot seize the opportunity. The man is not holding a stance. A long katana like that can only be wielded as long as the wielder is about to swing the sword from any position. You know what she should do? She should pull a Thor's, where in Vinland Saga, he like specifically targets the blade of Askeladd, and over time it becomes dull, and then breaks it through a sheer force strike. That would be a good counter. If he's not quick enough to like notice that. Someone's a little hot underneath the collar right now. The sword and katana continue to clash. The long sword stops mid-swing. Assassin grinds, glancing at his katana where it stopped. The invisible sword then parries again. While Saber catches the flash coming at her neck. Even Saber knows she's been able to block Assassin's unfamiliar sword work thanks to her invisible sword. Her invisible sword can confuse the opponent's senses, both offensively and defensively. However, Assassin's not following through on his attacks is proof of this. Not knowing how long Saber's sword is to make it too dangerous for Assassin to get close and personal. If Assassin were to step into an attack Saber, he will do so when Saber tries to smash Assassin's forehead. The attack. Assassin dodges it completely as he takes just a step back. He gained the measurement. Oh, 3 saku. 19 centimeters long and 4 centimeters wide. Its shape, let's see, as befits your name, is that of a typical Western sword, like a bastard sword or something like that. Assassin may have spoken calmly, but his exceptional skills at appraising the blade is clear. Again, he's a very experienced dude. Saber's strike had been so fast that even where her sword is visible, it would have been almost impossible to see. And yet, not only has he managed to defend himself from the invisible blade, he also has figured out its size and shape. You're getting skill dipped right now, Saber. I don't know what to tell you. It's a skill check and you're failing. There is a elongated sword play for Street Performance from a Japanese style. I did see a video on that. So I wonder if that's what they got inspired with here. He has a duty. He's got a duty to fulfill. Yeah, again. So my strategy before, he knows, so he can't do it too long. He has to use his advantages to him. Right now, he's got a lot. He's got a lot.
もとより刀というものはそういうものだ。西洋の剣はその重さと力で物を叩き切る。だが我らの刀は速さと技で物を断ち切るのだ。戦いが噛み合わぬのは道理であろう。まあしかしこれではいささか興がそがれる。もう良い頃合いだぞ、セイバー。いい加減手の内を隠すのはやめにしろ。
Is this Brooks VA? I feel like I'm hearing a note of Brooke.
アサシ、私があなたに手加減しているとでも。
していないとでも言うのか。何のつもりかは知らんが、剣を鞘に収めたまま戦とは舐められたものだ。
Oh, she does have her sheath. Oh, she has the Avalon thing.
ほう。それでも応じないという顔だな。よかろう。ならばここまでだ。
No, he's so courteous about doing his thing. And with that, the swordplay with the long katana drifts down next to Saber. For the assassin to give his advantages position as it is good as inviting death. He may be superb with swordsmen, but it was the landscape of their battleground that gives him the advantage. He's confident, man. If the two are able to fight on level ground, Saber should have no trouble repelling the attack of the assassin and taking his head and then and there. Assassin should know this very well. So that makes you wonder, so why? Saber instinctively reacts to the smoothness in his voice, for he is speaking truth. Assassin descends the steps, has not put her in an advantaged position. Her intuition, which has enabled her to triumph in so many battles, warns her of her mistake. She readies her invisible sword. There's no room to hesitate. What's the matter is that she knows what matters is that she has to attack with her sword before Assassin swings his long katana. Roughly 3 meters separate the two. He readies himself. The stance he takes now is one he has not taken in their battle thus far. Saber charges. The long katana is meaningless now. The moment she draws near Assassin, the katana will become a liability to him. And yet, there it is. The swallow reversal. Such logic means little to a swordsman like him. His swordplay defies logic, man. From hurricane to lightning strikes. Faster than even Saber's blade, the demonic blow strikes down in a single straight line. But it's not as if Saber cannot block such an attack. She quickly raises her sword to defend the repelling assassin's attack. I got you. Even Assassin will be left open after an attack like that is turned aside. In the split-second interval, as Saber attempts to cut through Assassin's stomach, swiftly trusting her instincts, Saber rolls down the stone steps. She rolls away as if she's fleeing. She makes no effort even to soften her landing. All Saber does is fracturally hurling herself down the stairs, slowly slowing for nothing. Saber stops rolling and gets to her feet. Above her, on the stairs, she sees the swordsman standing at ease.
ほう、かわしたか我が被験。さすがはセイバー。ツバメなどとは格が違う。
Mm-hmm.
信じられない。今のはまさか。
何、そう大した芸ではない。たまさかツバメを切ろうと思いつき、身についただけのものだからな。
He raises his long katana up high. The motion is done as if it mimics the demonic sword's motion he's demonstrated earlier in the immediate sabers.
見えるか、セイバー。ツバメはな、風を受けて刀を避ける。早かろうが遅かろうが関係はない。どのような刀であろうと、大気を震わさずには触れぬであろう。
Mm-hmm.
連中はその震えを感じ取り、飛ぶ方向を変えるのだ。故に、どのような一撃であれ、ツバメを立つことはできなかった。所詮刀など一本線に過ぎぬ。縦横に空を行くツバメを捉えられぬは道理よな。ならば、逃げ道を囲めばいいだけのこと。
You can deny them the path of
一応
escape.
立ちでツバメを襲い、風を読んで避けるツバメの逃げ道を続く二の太刀で取り囲む。
Mm.
しかし連中は素早くてな。この長刀ではまず二の太刀が間に合わん。ことを成したければ一息のうち、ほぼ同時に行わなければならなかったが、そのような真似は人の技ではない。
But such is well beyond human ability, and yet he can do it.
などあるまいと承知したものだが、
Mm-hmm.
あいにくと他にやることもなかったのでな。一年鬼神に通じるというが、気がつけばこの通りよ。ツバメを立つというくだらぬ思いつきは、複数の立ち筋で牢獄を作り上げる秘剣となった。
The secret swallowing became a secret technique that created a prison by employing multiple simultaneous strikes of the sword. Saber cannot help but disagree with the matter-of-fact narrative. If it is untrue, his technique is not as simple as he claims. Well, from his point of view, of course. He's got to hype himself up. Execute two attacks simultaneously is impossible. The two blades struck at exactly the same time. In that moment, there existed two separate katana.
何の魔術も使わず、ただ剣技だけで宝具の域に達したサーバント。
So it's known. Kisukuri Zilrich, a multidimensional refraction phenomenon, a servant whose skills reach the level of a noble phantasm without using magecraft, but by skill alone. So basically, they are so skillful that it mimics a noble phantasm. It is most certainly to be admired. That single blow made it very clear. Sasaki Kurodro does not possess a noble phantasm as heroic spirits typically do. All he has is his magical sword and its sheer power, reaching the realm of the gods. What astonishing is that this man, a mere human, has managed to stand on equal ground with a heroic spirit who possesses a noble phantasm.
だが、足場が悪かったな。ツバメ返しの奇跡は本来3つ。もうわずかに広ければ、横の一撃も加えられたのだが。
そうでしょうね。そうでなければ不完全です。すべてが同時であるなら、ニノたちはどうしても遅くなる。それを補うために、横方向への離脱を阻む3の太刀があるはずだ。
いい飲み込みの速さだ。だからこそ我が秘剣をかわしたか。
True.
素晴らしいぞ、セイバー。 このような属性に呼び出された我が身を呪ったが、それも今宵まで。生前では叶わなかった立ち会い、我が被験を存分に振る舞える殺し合いができるのならば、呼び出された甲斐があるというもの。
Assassin readies his sword again and descends the stone steps. He must be after Saber's head. Saber is not confident if she will be able to dodge the secret technique again. Like Lancer's Geibolg, Assassin's Swallow Reversal is a technique that one cannot allow the wielder to use. Except unlike Geibolg, against which one can defend once they understand what it is and know that it will strike at the heart, there's no defense against Assassin's secret technique. It cannot be evaded even when one knows of it. Well, you just did. I guess it wasn't his true technique, though. If there is a defense, it lies in preventing him from using the attack. The only way to defeat him is to deliver a devastating blow before Assassin can unleash the technique. So it's a fucking not Mexican standoff. It's a high noon, first quick draw kind of scenario. She lowers both her hands. Saber drops the tip of her invisible sword as if dragging it in the ground and glares as Assassin approaches. Assassin stops descending the steps, readies his secret technique once more. Saber looks at him bravely. Saber releases her own restraints. Air trembles as if riposting her will. Her sword releases a torrent gust of wind. Assassin retreats several steps. The gale force winds released from Saber's swords are extraordinary. Even the thick trees on either side of the temple gates creak and groan. An actual hurricane is forming. Yo, game, relax. My eyes. So strong is the wind. It all but explodes outward from her blade. The atmosphere is sealed within, is released, and roars outward in all directions. Saber's sword releases a gust of wind that could easily carry off a human being. Oh, here we go. This is her blade's power. The invisible air is, as the name implies, a sword that has sealed up wind. The sword sheath is compressed wind, reflects and refracts light to give the appearance of an invisible blade. This is what happens when wind is released. The released air seeks to escape, dissipate into the surrounding, is causing a chaotic gust. During that time, her sword, commanding magecraft, allows her to freely manipulate the raging wind. As Saber possesses incredible amount of magical energy, she should be able to maintain the bounded field for a few moments. The truth of this is made apparent by the fact that her sword, even after releasing so much energy, remains invisible. Typhoon, excuse me. The howling wind do not die down. The unleashed winds are about to engulf Assassin. Assassin closes in despite the raging, blinding wind. Saber's arms move. The wind-infused blade roars, readying itself to intercept Assassin, who advances slowly in spite of the gale force wind strong enough to prevent most people from even approaching. Interlude out. Shiro? Maybe? There we go. When I had reached the Ryodo temple, I gathered the sounding of air rushing around me like a typhoon.
だよな。あそこにいるの。
At the top of the stairs in front of the temple gates, I see an armored figure who must be Saber fighting someone wearing a kimono. Let me see the surroundings. Nice. The winds swirl around Saber, and the surrounding trees creak under the gale force intensity.
くそ。近すぎるのかよ。これ。
The wind is so intense that I can't even keep my eyes open. I head down. I manage to fight my way closer to the stairs, but the wind only gets stronger.
これじゃ。
I cannot get closer to Saber. Far ahead, I see Sabers fighting someone, but I cannot do anything. No. Even if I manage to get closer to Saber in the wind, I can only hold her back. My left hand hurts again. The command spells engraved on the back of my hand tingle. I don't know what that means, but every time my hand tingles, I can't help but remember that scene.
こうなったらやけだ。
I close my eyes and stretch my hands towards the stairs. I get down on my hands and knees, hoping to avoid being blown off my feet, and begin crawling up the stairs. The wind intensifies. Even a novice mage like me can tell incredible amount of magical energy is raging above me. Oh, Jesus. My command spell tingles. The roar of the wind warns me something is happening above me.
もしかしてこれ。
Saber's magical energy. If it is,
あんな体で何を無茶だ。
no. She should do... No, should she even be doing something like that? Saber cannot recover magical energy. She shouldn't be wasting it like this. I need to step in and handle the fighting and have Saber support me instead, or she might run out of magical energy. I stand up, starting to run up the stairs. Now's not the time to be crawling. I don't know what Saber has in mind, but I have to stop her. And a slash. As I try to dash the temple gates, something like a dagger flies right by me. I don't know what miracle let me dodge that. I turn to look away from the stairs into the trees. There's no doubt about it. I didn't notice it in this torrential wind, but there's someone hiding nearby.
こそこそと隠れてないで出てこい。
I shout for whoever who is hiding in the tree line. The strong winds should have drawn my voice out. To my surprise, my voice echoes up the stairs.
やんだ。
I look up towards the temple gates. There. That's not good. I see a man in a kimono wielding a long sword
そこまでにしておけば
at Saber's back.
その被験盗み見ようとする輩がいる。
There's someone trying to steal a glance of your sword. The man in kimono smiles as he speaks. Like me, he's staring out into the
このまま
forest.
続ければ我らだけの勝負にはなるまい。
Hmm.
生き残った者にそこに潜んだ恥知らずが襲いかかるか、それともお前の被験を盗み見るだけが目的なのか。
This better not be Archer, because if it's Archer, it's like, oh fuck, it might be the unlimited blade work route. And I'm like, no,
どちらに
please.
せよあまり気乗りのする話ではないな。
The man turns to climb the stairs, seemingly totally disinterested.
決着をつけないつもりか、アサシン。
お前がこの三門を越えるというのであらば決着はつけよう。何者であれ、この門をくぐることは私が許さん。だが、あいにくと私の役目はそれだけでな。
I am a gatekeeper.
帰るというのであらば止める気はない。まあ、そこに隠れているたわけは別だが、気に入らぬ相手であれば死んでも倒産し、 生きても返
Does
す
not like their flow. Assassin continues up the
脅か
stairs.
されたな、セイバー。だが、もう一人の気配に気がつかなかった私も同じだ。あのままでおけば危険のすべてを味わえたであろうが、良いところで邪魔が入った。
Saber hangs her head in regret. Her intent to kill fades, not because of Assassin's words, but because Saber must realize that keeping up the fight would leave her at a disadvantage.
そら、迎えも来ている。そこにいる小僧はお前のマスターであろう。盗み見をするたわけが、その小僧に標的を変える前に立ち。
Who is it? Because again, I hope it's not Archer. I hope it's not Archer because that might be a sign we're getting closer to the unlimited blade work route. And just like that, Assassin disappears. It must be his way of telling us that he won't attack us unless we keep going. Saber says nothing. She just stands there, silently, her way back.
セイバー
Even when I call out to her, she doesn't answer. It seems strange, so I begin climbing the steps. Saber's armor vanishes. Defenseless and in her simple blue clothing, she sways on the spot without turning around. Yep. Yeah, you fucking dummy. I catch Saber in my arms as she falls back down the stairs. She doesn't move a muscle. She's unconscious, eyes shut in pain. Come on. We finally get home. It took me 2 hours to carry Saber back from Ryoto Temple. I was worried the whole return trip, but we managed to get back safely. I lay Saber down in the hallway. Saber was really light, so probably only weighs about 40 kilos, so it shouldn't have tired me out so much. Or it wouldn't have if she had been still. I had no idea that carrying a sleeping person, even a girl, could do this much work. My fatigue is more mental than physical. The feel of her oh, Lord. Oh, brother, I forget this is a goddamn Dojin. Dojin inspired. The feel, or this is an Arrow manga inspired, specifically. The feel of her soft skin when I picked her up. Her quiet breathing on me. It was all so distracting.
なんだって気を失うんだよ、いきなり。
I look at Saber as she lays there sleeping. She probably not completely unconscious. Even if she looks like she's out cold, she might open her eyes the moment I call her name. Damn. There was so much I wanted to tell her when I left the house, but I can't say anything with her sleeping. Excuse me. Looking like that.
目を覚ましたらとっちめてやるからな。
Even now, I keep my own voice to a whisper. The moment I reach out to pick up her again,
いいけど、シローがどんな趣味してて何をしてるかなんて私には関係ない。
oh no. And for some reason, Tosuga is in the hallway watching even though it's after 2 in the morning.
遠坂
何よ、お化けでも見たような顔しちゃって。別に文句はないから続けていいわよ。私は水飲みに起きただけだし。
Convenient.
いや違う、これは違う、すごく違う。その
It's that kind of manga.
つまりセイバーを部屋に連れて行こうとしただけなんだが。
Sure, bud.
俺の言うことを分かってくれるか。
Mm-hmm.
ええ、まあそれなりに。
嘘つけ、全然分かってない口ぶりだぞ今の。
Hmm.
だから分かってるってば。セイバーが一人で戦いに行って。
Like it's normal. Like it's normal. Oh yeah, she probably did something on her own, didn't she?
何らかのトラブルがあってセイバーが気絶して戻ってきた。どう？これでいい？
Yep. Something like that.
うん。すごい。全問正解だ。けど。
分 かるわよ。セイバーが単独で戦いを仕掛ける可能性は高かったし、サーバントが戦いを始めればマスターにだって伝わるわ。だからこういう展開も十分予測範囲なわけ。
Hmm.
そうか。それはいいけど。
So Tuska knew Saber would go out by herself.
で、どうするの？セイバーを部屋に連れて行くんじゃないの？ここに寝かしてたらいくらサーバントでも風邪ひくと思うけど。
いや、だから部屋に連れて行こうと思って今。
I tried to lift her up, but it's kind of awkward with Tuska watching.
父さんか。悪いけどセイバーを運んでくれないか。
私が？まあいいけど。じゃあお茶でも入れてくれる？少し二人の話に興味があるから。
Tuska picks up Saber. Her being so understanding has me a little worried, but since I asked her for a favor, I better get some tea. Tuska carries Saber off towards my room. Meanwhile, I work on preparing tea in the kitchen.
お茶って日本茶じゃないよな。紅茶って言ってもティーバッグの紅茶しかないぞ、うち。
Well, if I don't have it, I don't have it. I tell myself she can complain all she wants and starts pouring the hot water over the bag. Tuska comes back.
ちょっと待ってくれ。すぐに行く。
I put the teacups on the tray and carry it out to the living room. And there. God damn! Sitting next to Tuska is Saber in her normal clothes.
セイバー、どうして眠ってたんじゃなかったのか。
眠ってたわよ。けど、そういつまでも続く眠りじゃないし。
Hmm.
ついさっき目が覚めたの。どうも、一気に膨大な魔力を使おうとして、体の方から一方的に機能を停止させられたみたいね。ほら、電気のブレーカーと同じよ。そのままじゃ
Adequate calling her a machine right now with that kind of expression. Saber is quiet as Tuska explains.
お前。
Seeing her back to her usual self, all the frustration I had earlier came rushing back.
お前な、自分が何をしたのか分かってるのか。
わからないわけはないでしょう。私は竜道寺に赴き、アサシンのサーバントと戦いました。その折、私たちの戦いを監視していた第三のサーバントに気がつき。
違う、そんなことを言ってるんじゃない。俺が言いたいのはどうして戦ったのかってことだ。
またそれですか。サーバントが戦うのは当然のことです。シロこそマスターであるあなたがなぜ私に戦うなというのです。
それは。
I do understand there's no way around fighting since I've decided to participate in the Holy Grail War, and I know me telling Saber not to fight is contradicting myself, but even so, I don't want to see something like that happen to her ever again.
私の方こそ聞きたい。シロは戦いを嫌っているようですが、そんなことで聖杯戦争に生き残る気があるのかと。あなたの方針に従っていては他のマスターに倒されるだけではないのですか。
It's not like that. I'll fight off anything that might pose a risk to us. I certainly don't intend to just let myself be killed. But aside from that, I just don't want Saber to fight. It's not like I dislike the fight. This is much simpler than that.
その女の子が傷つくのはダメだ。そんなの男として見過ごせない。
What are we talking about, bud? Oh my god.
前に戦わせるぐらいなら俺が自分で戦う。
This fucking white knight chivalry bullshit is too outdated, my guy.
私が女だから戦わせないだと。
I'll have you know, it's only because of my court magician that I'm like this, you know?
正気ですかあなたは。サーバントはマスターを守るものです。私たちが傷つくのは当然であり、私たちはそのために呼び出されたものに過ぎない。サーバントに性別など関係ないし、そもそも無人である私を女扱いするつもりですか。
She's got a point, Sid. She's got a point. Saber leans towards me, her eyes blazing with fury. Yo, she wants respect. She wants respect. You better give it to her, Shiro. But I won't let her change my mind. It's absurd for her to say she's a warrior before she's a woman. God damn! I don't remember this being in the goddamn anime, so I think they definitely had to cut that out. How could someone so Bud, relax. Someone so frail, light enough for me to carry easily, go and behave so recklessly? Because she's a fucking superhuman, man. How does that logic work, man? How does that logic work?
つまらないことにこだわっているのはあなたではないですか。まさか女性に守護されるのが嫌だとでも言うつもりですか。好みはすでに英霊、そのようなさまつごとなど忘れなさい。
さまつなもんか。もうとにかくセイバーが良くても俺は嫌だ。だいたい自分の代わりに戦ってもらうなんて間違いだったんだ。俺はそんな。
I can't allow someone to protect someone as helpless as me. I don't want someone to get hurt in my place. I'm the one who should be doing the saving. I've been working so hard to become the kind person who can help people, just like my old man. It sounds more like you're trying to be selfish, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, okay.
戦いは俺がする。それなら文句はないだろう。セイバーの望み通り戦うって言ってるんだから。
No pouts.
無茶を言う人ですね、あなたは。人間がサーバントと戦えると思っているのですか。シローでは戦いにすらならないと実感しているでしょう。ランサーに襲われた時を思い出してください。
Yeah, and what will happen if Berserker got us?
あの時、私が現れなければ間違いなくシローは殺されていた。
Mm-hmm.
それはどのようなサーバントが相手でも同じです。
そんなのやってみなくちゃわからない。あの時は何の準備もなかっただけだ。けど、今なら対策なんていくらでも立てられるんだから。
All the strategies in the world won't do you anything good. You are a paper tiger in a fucking hurricane against servants, man.
少子な。シローの立てた守りなど、神も同然です。
There you go.
すごいこと言ったな、セイバー。
Really, dude? You've been lobbing out insults, man. You gotta take some, too.
あなたこそサーバントを侮っている。人の身で英霊を打倒しようなどと、何を思い上がっているのですか。
And then he gets power-ups in the other two arcs, so I guess it's not impossible. Okay, we're going down the very angry route here. Saber and I glare at each other. Our conversation's going nowhere, and there's no sign of reaching any kind of compromise.
違うわ、セイバー。シローはサーバントを侮っているわけじゃない。そのあたりを誤解しちゃうと話が進まないから、口を挟ませてもらうけど。
Rin's now have to step in, and she has to be the mediator, but it sounds like she kind of agrees with Shiro.
リン、それはどういうことですか。要するにね、そいつ純粋にあなたが傷を負うのを嫌がってるのよ。どうしてか知らないけど、シローは献身と善意の塊だもの。ね、自分のことよりセイバーの方が大切なんでしょ、あんたは。
There you go. Say all that gushy stuff. Oh, Lord.
嘘。そうでもなければ自分で戦うなんて言えないわ。
Alright, this is good signs, though. Us putting a lot of focus and care onto Saber than Rin.
だってあなた、自分じゃサーバントに勝てないって分かってるんでしょ。それでも戦うっていうのは自分よりセイバーのが大事ってことじゃない。
I mean, if she puts it like that, then maybe.
だから無茶でも戦う。勝てないって分かっていながら勝とうとする。その結果が自分の死でも構わない。なぜならあんたの中ではどうしてか知らないけど自分より他人の方が大切だからよ。
Excuse me. Excuse me again. Oh, someone put a curse on me. Yep. Twisted indeed for having that mindset. But he still has it. Well, I don't mean it to be like that.
そういうことよ。わかるでしょ、セイバー。あのバーサーカー相手にあなたをかばうようなバカなのよ、そいつ。
Mm-hmm.
だから本気で自分が戦うって言ってるの。
Literally taking a physical bullet for you. I don't know how much Tosko's words actually make it through to Saber, but Saber takes a deep breath and turns towards me.
シロ、
なんだよ、セイバー。
あなたが戦うことは認めます。ですが、それならば私にも考えがある。
Fight together. Oh.
だから何さ。
剣の鍛錬です。シロの時間が許す限り、私はあなたに剣を教える。それを認めるのなら、
Okay.
私もシロの意見を認めますが。
Interesting. What? Does that mean she's going to train me? Is this because she acknowledged my will to fight? Something like that.
それは心の贅肉よ、セイバー。シロに剣を教える？やめてよ。そんな気休めでサーバントに太刀打ちできるわけないじゃない。
Yeah, again, he's kind of a special egg, so there might be a way.
それは当然です。ですが知らないよりはマシでしょう。
And it's called bonding. It's called understanding each other.
少なくとも戦闘時の迷いは薄れます。あとはシロ本人の決意にかけるだけですが、実践とは得てしてそういうものではないですか。向かないものには何を教えても身につくことなどありません。
All fair points. All fair points.
まあ言われてみればそっか。殴り合う覚悟ってのは一度殴り合ってみないと一生つかないものね。はい。ですから一度、いえ、一度と言わず時間の許す限り、シロには戦闘の結果としての死を体験させ、
Death by battle. Get accustomed to death. I think that is in the Eliminate Blade work too. So again, now I'm getting scared once more that we're going down that path. The two of them are talking pretty casually about some scary stuff. Too bad. You want your way? You gotta do this. Hey, there we go. There we go. Just take it, Shiro. This is nice. Sword and magic. I agree. I agree. That honestly, that's actually probably a good stopping point. So once the stopping point reaches, we're probably gonna call it there. Tozuko waves goodbye and disappears into the outbuilding. Sounds good. She gives a short bow, goes back to her room. Did they just turn off the light on them? All that remains in the living room is 2 cups of untouched tea and 1 dumbfounded boy. Here's the fun part. You don't have to. My words go unheard. Anyway, what was already a confusing situation has grown a hell of a lot more complicated. I can't even begin to imagine what will happen today. You should. Everything starts with the body. Well, yeah. The only thing I can do is to cling to my fragile hope that as long as my body is strong enough, I will be able to endure whatever torture that may come my way. Okay, bud. All right, buddy. Be a punching bag. Do I wish to save the game? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm not going to overlay this. I'm going to do this one. Or no, I'll do a new one. Yeah, I'll do a new one. All right. Let's just get to the scene, and then we'll call it there. Fate. 7 sword and magic. 7 sword and magic.
誰も悲しまない方がいい。
All right. Well, that's an interesting dialogue. Too bad, because we're gonna have to call it here. All right. Okay. That was good. I'm gonna have to change the title of this goddamn this one. I'm gonna have to change the title because I thought we'd be getting to the school. I did not think we would be going into the Rio Temple today, nor did I think we would get to the assassin. I did not think that was on the docket, but nonetheless, I'm surprised. Ugh. The only thing is now I'm just concerned. Are we getting more and more closer to Unlimited Blade Work versus Knight? Or, I'm sorry, the Fate route. That's my only concern. And I'm like, oh, I think we're teetering in one direction, then teetering back in the other. So I'm hoping I can get it back to the Fate route, please. Because I don't want the Unlimited Blade Work. I've already gone through that. I'm good. I don't need to do it again. Even if it's a visual novel variation, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But yeah, good stream tonight. So we're going to be calling it there for the night. We will be back tomorrow with Yakuza, so stay tuned for that. The stream's already up on the channel, but we will go live with an actual announcement on the channel and, of course, my personal Twitter. So go stay tuned for those. And yeah, hope everyone has a good night, good day, wherever they may be, and stay safe. If you're new to the channel where you're watching live or VOD Gang, what up, VOD Gang? You know what to do, baby. All that YouTube jargon of liking a stream, disliking helps too. The algorithm don't care. Same thing with the comments, good or bad. I'll take both. Bell notification, because that way you will know when we go live and you can come and check out more of our streams and new stuff that's coming our way, like the watch along that we're going to do Saturday night. But most importantly, one thing that you can do that will go a long way for me and this channel's growth is to subscribe. Again, I got a lot of things cooking. And it's all just one step at a time. And I hope anyone that does want to take a moment of their life to just hang out and see this goof do something dumb, it's always appreciated. So thank you to anyone that does subscribe. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to continuously grow and work to meet expectations. So, thank you. All right. So, with my spiel done, time to head out. We will pick up with more Fate next week, and the following week, we should have uninterrupted Fate streams. The other streams for the week, we'll see. We'll see. I just really hope I'm not getting the goddamn Unlimited Blade Work. I really do. I really, really do. But I guess we'll have to wait. Until then, stay safe, everyone. Peace. Have a nice one.